In this age of social media, no life event escapes public comment, not even death. As we've seen after Lauren Bacall and Robin Williams' recent deaths, people are all too willing to grieve publicly. But where does it cross the line? And is there still a line? Here to tell us more about the new normal is MarketWatch's Quentin Fottrell. Quentin, thanks so much for being here.
Hi, how are you?
So is the taboo around death the last taboo that social media is intent on breaking down?
It seems to be, yeah. It's amazing. You know, I've seen for this article people who've posted pictures of open caskets, which is sort of like a posthumous selfie,
right,
except the person has no say in it.
But isn't that so narcissistic? Because then the posting becomes about me and not about the person that you're supposedly grieving over, correct?
Right, absolutely. And I think we've seen a lot of that with, when public figures die too, everybody wants to, I mean, on one hand, people want to be part of the conversation and sometimes they genuinely care. But in other situations, like we saw with Robin Williams' death, his daughter Zelda said she was quitting Twitter and Instagram because of the inappropriate reaction online.
So some people were supportive and other people just stepped over the line and started commenting on things they had no business commenting on.
Right, they were posting fake photographs that were allegedly from the morgue that were untrue. They were making comments about the number of photos she had with her father online. So it's almost like people feel like the spotlight has moved away from the person who's died onto the people who are on social media, and they think they're part of the story.
So can we expect going forward to see signs on funeral homes saying, please don't bring your electronic devices in here?
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so
really,
too.
because I also saw photographs of people who were posted pictures of themselves holding a coffin, and it's really inappropriate when you think about this is like the last private rite of passage for people, and now it's just become open season.
And there are 5 stages of grief, correct, that are recognized that humans go through when they're grieving a loved one. This must push you through them far too quickly.
Right. The problem is that it's so fast-moving, social media, that people react. People are sick in hospital. Some of people in the story tell me that people write these long tributes from a good place, but they're writing about the person in the past tense before they've even passed away.
Is there anything good that's coming out of social media?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things that are good in terms of, you know, when you have somebody dying in a case with an unarmed person shot by police, for example. We've seen a lot of those cases in recent years. It tends to elevate that person to a role of cultural centrality. It can create a political issue, and it can really bring a lot of important spotlight onto an issue as well. And people set up their own groups to grieve for high school friends in an appropriate manner. So there's a lot, and people find out through social media they would never have found out otherwise if they didn't have a Facebook account.
And even in these cases of these public deaths that we've been criticizing, there are some people that say, you know, there have been some nice memorials that have come out of it. There have been some nice remembrances. Right,
and on social media, people, it's a new way, rather than traditional media, of really celebrating somebody and giving new perspectives on a person's life.
Right.
Comedians are talking about Robin Williams sharing personal stories. You don't always get those particular anecdotes in the traditional obituaries.
So certainly a mixed bag, but I don't want anyone bringing their camera to my funeral. Quentin,
I don't blame you for that.
Quentin, thank you so much for that.